it's over with, I'ma be the king, she the throne. I'm in this.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Birdman here, and we're just going to be doing a few little videos about Season 1 of Game of Thrones, which I enjoyed so much, before we get into the Season 2 premiere. So the first video I'm going to bring you is my top 5 favorite characters so far. We're not going to waste too much time to get into it, but I do just want to say one thing. I have started a Twitter account just to let people know what I'm doing, when I'm filming, when I'm editing, when I'm exporting something, when I'm uploading. So if you do want to follow my progress on videos, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. If not, I totally get it. You don't have to. It's just a convenience thing, and it's going to help you guys out if you're wondering when I'm going to post something or why I'm being such a slacker, right? So anyways, guys, let's get into this video again. My top 5 favorite characters in Game of Thrones. Let's do this. Alright, this is a little bit of an extended intro, but I just want to tell you that this is not going to be the super in-depth version. I'm basically just going to be giving you my 5 favorite characters and giving a short explanation. But I do a lot of stuff in my in-depth videos, and I'll be talking a lot about character development in my full Season 1 Game of Thrones review coming out soon. So I'm basically just going to be giving you the list, giving a short description. That's just about it. So don't be expecting my usual freaking digging through, writing 20 pages of shit about a specific character. But anyways, starting off the list with number 5, we got Arya Stark. Now, I can already tell you that Arya is going to have one of the most interesting character arcs in the entire Game of Thrones series. She's really the tomboy story of Game of Thrones. There's always a tomboy, right? The girl who's supposed to be the princess, who's supposed to be pretty. She's not. She doesn't want to be any of those things, man. She just wants to be herself. And you know, she embraces that. She really does embrace that. And her dad, I mean, he's really everything to her. And I think the moment in episode 9 where her dad dies, that started something for Arya. I think that's going to be the spawn of a really badass character. She has such a fiery personality, and the reaction she's going to have to her dad being killed by Joffrey is going to be absolutely incredible. And I just can't wait to see where her character goes, and that's the main reason why I have her at number 5. Just a great story. It's a story as old as time, right? Like I said, the tomboy story. But it's done so well in this version. I'm just excited to see where it goes and how she becomes more dynamic than she already is. Alright, so my number 4 character on my list is going to be the great Jon Snow. Now, Jon Snow is another one of those stereotypical stories, right? The runt, the bastard. It's been told so many times on how those people can rise up and become so much better than what they're supposed to be. But it's just done better here, right? It's a story we love to hear, the underdog, and it's done so well. We see Jon, he's a noble guy, he doesn't know how to control his emotions, but really all his intentions are great, and anyone can like that. And we see him faced with tough decisions throughout the show, like, man, should I go back to my family, or do I stick with my role that I have here that I planned out for me? Like, which way is my life going to go? He's still young, and it's happened to all of us. We're like, which way is my life going to go? These decisions I'm making now are going to shape my entire future, and that's Jon. He's such a good character. He's very, very well acted by Kit Hartridge, I must add, which brings him up on my list. And yeah, I'm just excited to see where Jon Snow's character goes after Season 1. Yeah, now this was really hard, man. I thought for sure that he was going to make number 1 on my list, but Tyrion Lannister, the only Lannister that's going to be on this list, maybe. Tyrion is just a beautiful character, and I stress the word beautiful. He is so unique. He is this character. He's a dwarf. He's been beaten up really by his entire family his whole life. This family of these elite people, he's the guy who's like, ew, right? He's been treated like that his whole life. Yet he has such a positive attitude, and that is just amazing to me, how someone can be like that. And it's very true in real life as well. You know, there's a report saying that Robin Williams was one of the most happy, outgoing people in the world, right? That we knew, had so many demons on the inside. Interesting point with Tyrion Lannister there, and it really is written so well that it could be based off of actual human emotions and how humans react to certain things. And And another reason why I like Tyrion is because of one phrase I'd use to describe him. Refreshing. One word I'd use to describe him. I apologize. He is refreshing. He's just a different character. He's different. He's fun to watch. Every time you have a scene with him in it, you're always into that scene, and it's always a good scene. Every time Tyrion's in it, I love the scene. So Tyrion makes it number 3 for me. So like I said, the top 2 were really tough for me, and this one, it might be surprising to you guys. I'm not really sure how well liked all these characters are. I avoid searching any videos of Game of Thrones just because I would hate to be spoiled. But Robb Stark is my second favorite character in the latter half of this season. We saw him become a completely different character than when he started off as. At first, I wasn't really a huge fan of Robb Stark. He just kind of seemed like the jock, right? Like the jockey, the noble jock, right? Where he's still a nice guy, but he was like, still a douche. I mean, like, it's just like High School Musical, right? Like, Troy Bolton was a jock, and I hate that I'm comparing this to High School Musical, but it works. Just listen. So Troy Bolton in High School Musical, if you've seen it, he was a jock, but he was like the nice jock, the cool jock, right? He was still a douchebag. That's kind of how I saw Robb, you know? But he was forced into a position of pressure. He was forced under pressure, and I said this before. When a person is put under pressure, they are either going to crumble or, turn into a diamond, right? He turned into a diamond, and he is an amazing leader and an amazing character in this show. A person who's still growing, a leader who's still growing, but he's young and full of ambition, and he's just a refreshing character to watch. I know I said that about Tyrion. I don't mean to sound repetitive, but he really is refreshing to all these old people we're watching. Really, we got all these old people besides Jon, and then the children, of course, that are the leaders, and we get some young leadership up there besides the he who shall not be named young leader who's just a fucking weasel. But anyways, Robb Stark, great character, worked his way up to one of my favorites with how he has arced in the first season. So this probably has come to no surprise to anyone. My number 1 character on the list is the man, the myth, the legend, Joffrey Lannister. I am sincerely sorry. I can't believe I did that. It's not a joke. I realize it's not funny. I'm sorry. I have tended to take things too far. That was too far. My favorite character, number 1, is, as you probably guessed, Ned Stark. I mean, here's my reasoning why he's my favorite in Season 1. Season 1 was, I have figured out in my head, and I'll go into this in my whole season review, it was the tragedy of Ned Stark. Ned Stark was a man who was too good for his world. He was too trusting in everyone and too loving of a man to live in a world full of so many crooks. And it's a story old as time as well, but guess what? Game of Thrones just does it better like they do with everything. Ned Stark is one of the best characters in TV. I said it, and he's not even going to be the best character in the show by the end of the season. I guarantee you he won't be my number 1, so that says something about a show. But anyways, guys, Ned Stark's my number 1. And hearing his story, Sean Bean's acting, and just being able to experience some of the raw emotion, really, that was portrayed through Ned Stark, some of the inner conflicts that happened through Ned Stark, really has put him just in a class above a lot of TV show characters we see. So, sad to see him go, but that's how tragedies go, isn't it? Tragedy needs to happen for another story to begin. And that's exactly what Season 1 was. It was the epilogue. I'm sorry. It wasn't the epilogue. That's stupid of me to say. It was the prologue to a Game of Thrones. This is why everything's happening, because of Ned. And that makes him a great character whose impact will be felt all the way till Season 7. I'm sure of it, Season 8 even. Great character.
I've been busy working all night, and I'm telling everybody I'ma get it right. They know what I'm living like. I've been busy going all out, and I'm telling